Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Poetic People Fighting Racism. The show will be starting in approximately 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And I will be here, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the audience, and make sure that you make comments. Or if you want to be on the show, you can do that. Actually, you can do that through Facebook and YouTube, and also you'll see a link on both of those. So if you want to actually be on the show and speak, you can do that through the link. Also, we'll be putting up a QR code during the show if you want to be on the show and you want us to see you immediately. You can scan that QR code with your phone and you'll be on the show before you know it, and just follow the prompts. Okay. All right. So here we are. I haven't been here for a little bit. We were busy. Jill and I were very busy, so we weren't able to do the previous show that should have aired, but we're gonna do it now. So please stand by, and we'll be with you in about 3 minutes and 12 seconds. So see you soon. Also, if you are watching this show in replay, you don't have to watch the countdown. You can fast forward right to the beginning of the show and start enjoying it and see and hear the discussions we have. So please stand by. Poetic People Fighting Racism will be with you in just a moment. I'm told that for some reason Facebook comments are not working this evening. So if you do want to comment, feel free to click the link, and that will get you into the show where you can comment live. You can comment live and you can say what you want, and we'll see you that you're here, and we'll bring you up to the stage. And if you don't want to be seen, just turn off your camera. So I just found out the technical issues. Okay, the technical issues with Facebook are not fixed. But yes, but if you want to make a comment, please click the link and you can get into the show. We have about 15 minutes, and we're going to get started with the show. So please stand by. Ooh, look at this. I'm here. Oh, it's been hectic getting here this evening, but I am here. So I want to welcome you. Welcome to Poetic People Fighting Racism. And I'm your host, Anthony Cordova, Tony C., the man about love. Now, you know I'm just trying to spread a little love with activism living inside me. So you may ask, what in the world can I do, can you do, can we do with just another online show? Well, let's check this out and see where we go when we know what we feel is real. Let's show how we deal with real discrimination. Let's show what we have with poetry. Let's do that. Every day we wake, we take steps to make us better and stronger the longer we live with poetry as we grow old and wise. This is why we're on this journey, because we're seen as the others, not brothers and sisters. They got us playing Twister, just waiting for us to topple down, always trying to keep us underground, but we keep rising and standing for our rights we already have. So let's do what we do with love and poetry. Every day we can be the change we need, because we are everyday people, creative, smart, and strong people. Poetic people fighting racism, we are. Poetic people fighting racism. That's you, that's me, we are. Poetic people fighting racism. So here we go. We're going to get into another show. Ooh, we're here. My goodness, it's been a few weeks. I couldn't do the last show. I was out of town and just couldn't make it happen. So I apologize for that, but I'm doing the best I can. So let's keep going with this show. Now, tonight, what is this? Oh, gee, I didn't even write it down what the title of this show was.
I can tell you.
Tell me what the title of this show was, because I don't want to say it incorrectly.
Black lives still matter.
Black lives still matter. And just so you all know, I did come up with that title. So anyway, it's just things were hectic getting into the show this evening.
And also, while you're getting ready to do your poem, shout out to Shannon. Shannon is in the audience.
Hey, hello, Shannon. Hello, Shannon. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. And for the other people that are here, make a comment. And Jill, because we were having technical issues, did that comment come through Facebook?
I saw her on Facebook, so I can still see Facebook. You just can't see the comments the way you normally do. So I can see comments, but you can't.
I can't see comments. Okay. All right. Okay. And also remember, there'll be a QR code popping up on the screen from time to time. Oh, there it is. Let me get out the way so you can see it and you can still see me. So talk to me live. Take out your phone and scan that QR code and you'll get right into the show. And you can make comments through that. And we will see you when you pop up. So don't be afraid. Come on in. All is good. We're full of love here. This is a safe place. So I welcome you to come in and come on to the stage, which will be cool. All right. Well, tonight, I'm doing a poem called They Kill Us. You know what I mean by that, right? They kill us. I don't think I have to go into too much detail about they kill us. Now, but that's what the poem is about. And as usual, through this poem and through many of the poems that is in my manuscript, Living and Dying, I refer to certain people as the blue and white eyes. The white part of that means seeing with the white gaze. So things are just kind of not reality. When you look through that white gaze, you see things a little differently than what they really are in this country. And the blue part refers to people that have European blood running through their veins. They believe they are superior to anyone with color in their skin. So blue blood, the blue bloods, you've heard of it, right? So that's what I'm referring to. So it is not about people with blue eyes, just so you know. Okay, so we have a poem tonight. I'm going to get right into it. I'm trying to think if there's any other phrases in this poem, and it's pretty short, that I need to tell you all about. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we're cool. Is everything going okay with technically, Jill?
It'll be okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, to be prepared, this is not a happy poem. But many things that people of color deal with in this country are not happy topics. So you have been warned. Warned. Yes, I got it out right. So I'm going to cue up some music and we're going to get right into it. It's an elaborate system the blue and white eyes created, wherein we are outcasts, cast out, kept out, and stomped on. We are under white feet and can't breathe with killer knees and chokeholds and ropes that snap our necks. Just less than, just living and dying. For the melanin in our skin, for the darkness of our skin. They kill us in the streets, under police knees, as we plead to our departed mothers. They kill us in our homes, asleep in our warm, comfy beds. They send us to our ancestors in heavenly graves before we lived our childhood dreams. They kill us like rabid dogs when we're out for a run, killed by blue and white eyes with guns. They kill us while walking to the store or standing in our own home's doors in a confused state of mind, wandering lost in our minds, in fragile state of mind, in fragile mental health. Just needing a little help in our fragile mental state of mind, but the blue and white eyes in their confused state of mind kill us. The racist minds and times of the country we live in kill us. Seeing the melanin in our skin, the darkness of our skin, the color of our skin, and the clothes and the stripes a prisoner wears as the same as the burlap sacks our ancestors wore as slaves. They kill us like we escaped the plantation, like we're runaway slaves, like we escaped from San Quentin, like we killed their mothers and grandmothers and daughters and sons. They will never be done with us. They will never stop killing us. For the melanin in our skin, the darkness of our skin, just living and dying in America's caste system. Less than just living and dying for the color of our skin. For as long as we shall live, they will never be done with us. For as long as they live, they will never stop killing us. Never, never, never stop killing us. Never, never. Whoo, that was it. Heavy, 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 heavy one. Wow. You know, even though I wrote this, so I know what the poem's going to say because I wrote it. So this poem still gets to me. It really gets to me because nothing has changed. I have written this poem probably 2 years ago. Yes, there we go. 2 years ago. And nothing has changed. Not a doggone thing has changed. So if no one has any comments, I'm going to start going through this poem. And this one is pretty self-explanatory because all of us have seen these stories in the news. All of us have read the stories of innocent black people, innocent people of color just being murdered for essentially nothing. And that's because we are seen as less than. And why is that? It's because the way we started in this country. We were less than when we were brought to this country, and this country still remembers us as less than and sees us as less than. Now, the first line in this poem is, "It's an elaborate system the blue and white eyes created." So what system am I talking about? Am I talking about racism? Am I talking about prejudice? Am I talking about Republicans or Democrats? Am I talking about any of that? No. No, I am not. I am talking about the caste system. Now, many of you may not realize that there is a caste system in this country we live in. And it's like a big secret. It's like the best kept secret this country has. So let's take something we all understand. We understand from a financial viewpoint, we understand the lower class, the middle class, the upper middle class, the rich, and the ultra rich. We understand that. Okay, it's all based on finances, where you fit and how much money you make, where you live. Well, underneath that, there's the caste system. But the caste system isn't based on income. It's based on the color of your skin. It's based on what country you come from. Now, if you really start looking at it, the caste system, so from the beginning of the caste system, people of color or enslaved people were put at the bottom of the caste system in this country. No one wanted to be on the bottom of the caste system because you are viewed as less than. And in black people of this country, we were seen as even less than less than. They viewed us as animals and property. They viewed us as not being intelligent. They would say things like, oh, those niggers, they don't even have a heart. So with that viewpoint, with the blessing of this country, okay, this country accepted that. Yes, Jill. Anything? Ah, I got a cue. So, this country made it all legal to enslave a group of people from Africa. Our ancestors. It's okay. It's okay to own another human being. It's okay to treat them worse than you would treat an animal. You know, on occasions, somebody would work an animal to death, work a horse to death, work a cow to death. And they worked many of us to death. And this is because we're on the bottom of the caste system. And the question is, why didn't it just change? Why didn't everything change in 1865 when we're supposed to be free? Because we're still viewed the same way. We are viewed in this country as former slaves. And the moment you view someone as a former slave, you're at the bottom of the caste system. Anyone comes from another country, people from other countries realize that they know this country works on a caste system, and they keep it secret too. You know why? Because they don't want to be at the bottom of the caste system. So people come from other countries and they say, oh, if I want to prosper, I need to make sure that I'm not grouped in with those black folks. Because they know we're on the bottom. We are on the bottom. Okay, so on with that. So the next line in that poem is, we're in the caste system, but we're cast out from society. We're cast out from leading a normal life because of the color of our skin. You know, I go through the poem and everything here. I can't breathe with killer knees. We all understand that. We all understand chokeholds and ropes that snap our necks. And you know what? This is present day. This is earlier this week. Some of you know I had to take a day job. Yeah, get a job at work and go into work. And this is the truth. This just happened earlier this week. First thing in the morning, a white employee walks up to one of the few black employees, and there's only 3 of us, including me. And the first thing he says to him is, "Hey, what do Christmas ornaments and black people have in common?" Let's think about it. The answer is they both hang from trees. If it wasn't for the caste system, a white person wouldn't think it's okay to walk up to a black person first thing in the morning, their coworker, and say something like that. Because obviously, the white person felt that they are superior to the black person. The white person also knows there would be no recourse for his actions. Why is that? Because of the management of the facility. Things like this shouldn't just be let go. Oh, don't worry about it. He didn't mean anything by it. He was just making a joke. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. So I haven't been at this job very long. So I asked the other employees of color that are there, "Hey, has this ever happened before?" Yes, it has. And we went to HR. And the manager of the company would come with us and sit by us. And anything that the employee that was the victim, the manager would say, "Oh, no, that's not the way it happened. It wasn't serious." And this time, the black employee said nothing to management because they know the environment of the job. They know that nothing would be done. It's okay. It's no big deal. Why? Because the black employees are considered to be less than a human being. A person that doesn't deserve any respect in the eye of that particular white employee. And I'm not saying all white employees at this job are like that, but that employee is like that. And that employee felt it was okay to make that statement, to make that racist joke, which isn't a joke. What if a black person made the same kind of comment? And at this same facility, I've heard the same type of so called jokes about Jewish people. And what do? Every day, every day, every day, a black person has to decide which fight, which battle to take on. And sometimes we just can't say anything because we'll get fired. It's the same thing with women in the workplace. The sexual abuse that women have to undergo in the workplace, and they have to decide, am I going to say anything? I've got a family to take care of. If I say something, highly likely I'll get fired. So women have to make the same decisions all the time. Anybody that's considered to be other, what makes you other? If you are a white man in America, you are not other. Okay? You're at the top of the food chain. Oh, hooray! Everybody underneath the white man in America, you fall in the caste system also. If you're a white woman, you fall in the caste system also. We need to pull together. We have to stop trying to be better, to think you're superior to someone else. Because the white man, not all white men, but some and many white men in America feel that they're better than everyone else, even white women. So we got to get on board. We got to get on board. Learn to love each other. Learn to pull together. Learn to have some compassion and empathy for each other. So, I went way longer on this than I thought. And I haven't even gotten through the poem yet. But let me see if I can find something else. Because actually this poem is not that long. So let's see. Okay. In this country, you can be asleep in your home and be shot and killed by police if you're black. If you're black. Maybe they had the wrong house. Maybe they did. Maybe they made a mistake. But here's the difference. if you were white in your bed and they made a mistake and they kicked down your door and ran into your room while you were asleep, they wouldn't have shot you. You would not have gotten killed. But the moment they see a person of color guilty, execution, done. Why? Because we're viewed as less than. We're viewed as other than them, other than white. That's simple. Caste system. We've got all the racism in the world, and we fight racism. We fight racism back and forth. But as long as the caste system is still in place in this country, racism will always exist. It will always exist. Think about it. You're fighting one thing, but something else actually has control of you. And it goes with the blessing of this country. The president of this country, whether they are Democrat or Republican or independent, it doesn't matter. The presidents of this country have always known there's a caste system. That's how we're controlled. That's why there's red lines. That's why there's black neighborhoods and white neighborhoods. Black section of town, white section of town. The Mexican part of the town, the Asian part of town. That's why. Because of the caste system. Put everybody in their place. Now let's make them fight against each other. Racism will never go away as long as the caste system is in place in this country. It will never change. But I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep doing what I do. Because this is my part of being an everyday activist. This is my part of doing something. And I believe that every person of color in this country should do something. Doesn't have to be big, can be small, but do something. Do something. Oh boy. They kill us like rabid dogs. They don't care. A dog with rabies, they just shoot it dead. A black person suffering from a mental condition will probably be shot dead if they're in public. They probably will be shot dead if they're having a mental issue at their home and the police come. Highly likely that they'll be shot dead. just like a dog. Because that's how we're seen. Less than. Yes, Jill.
I have a question.
Ask away.
You're going to say it's a hard question. You're always asking hard
Well,
questions.
Jill, you are a journalist and you're known for asking the hard-hitting questions.
I don't know about that, but I do have a question. So you often, all the time on this show, you talk about the caste system.
Yes.
And you've said this before, but tonight you said that you're doing your part.
Yes.
So what can people do to dismantle the caste system?
Well, that is a difficult question. Unfortunately, dismantling the caste system is a very, very, very difficult thing to do. When this country was founded on the caste system. So a person can bring an awareness to the caste system, like I'm doing with this show, with Poetic People Fighting Racism. A person can speak to other people about the caste system. Because again, most of us in this country do not know that a caste system exists in this country. They think the only place in the world that has a caste system is India. But that's not accurate. We have a caste system. The more people that know it exists, the more we can fight it. When we talk about redlining, and redlining is the practice of deciding where black people will live. So they draw a line on the map. In that circle, that's where the black people are going to live. So that's redlining. Okay, but redlining, you can say it's racist. Yeah, it's racist. But if it weren't for the caste system, for people to accept that that's where the black people are going to live, instead of saying racism, if we say it's the caste system that's creating this. The caste system has created systemic racism. Let's call it what it is and fight what we're supposed to be fighting. The caste system. The more we let each other know that we have a caste system in this country, the more we let people know from other countries, and oddly enough, many people from the other countries know. But when they come to this country, I'm not going to say it's a caste system. It'll be hard for them to find their place in the caste system. So yes, Jill, what we can do to dismantle the caste system is start talking about it in every day. We need to see it in the news. We need to see it in the newspaper. We need to talk about it. We need to hear about it in music, in poetry. We need to hear about the caste system. And then we need to get a politician, not me, to start talking about the caste system. Because ultimately, the only way we're going to change it is through the government. And the government doesn't want to change it. They don't want to change it. It's a difficult battle. But we're fighting a lot of things in this country. And we need to start fighting against the caste system. So that's what we can do. Talk about it. Bring it up. Talk to our politicians about it. Help make some change. So does that answer the question, Jill?
Yes.
Thanks. Oh, well, I am going to end this show soon.